Welcome to the 44th episode of Downtime Podcast. You are listening to Alyssa and
Jeremy.
We, as Terrace House fans, have finished part 1 that was released in the United States. Well, one of us finished part 1, and the other one has been using VPN the entire time, apparently.
Hi, I'm cheating.
Oh my god. So this podcast is a spoiler cast of the first 8 episodes of Terrace House Opening New Doors, which is the 3rd season, or technically the 4th season. It's the 4th season of Terrace House.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about as much as we want to talk about, and we are going to go deep into a lot of the episodes. So if you want to watch Terrace House and you don't want to be spoiled, then this is like the time to drop off.
Yeah. So we warned you. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Okay. Let's talk about the characters. Well, the people. I wouldn't really call them characters. That seems weird.
Yeah, they're not characters. They're real people. Okay. So how do you want to do this?
How about we just talk about the order that they entered the house in, and then we could just talk about like what we think about them.
I don't even know the order.
I'll tell you.
Amy first?
Yeah, Ami was the first one.
Okay.
I think so far she's not really doing anything. She's just there.
Okay. My problem with her is that she's complaining, but she herself also can get annoying at times.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, I always think that the original cast to start off the season, at least I have only seen Boys and Girls in the City and Aloha State, and that you gotta think that like those original casts are relatively low key. Like they're not the most dramatic people in the house, but they were like the perfect starter to set off the season.
Yeah.
But these people are actually crazy. Like 3 out of 6 of them are like, holy shit.
3 out of 6
insane.
of them. Yeah.
3 out of 6 of them are actually like there's hella drama right now.
Yeah. So building off of that, my opinion of Ami is that she's very negative and condescending so far, and she has that look about her that I'm just like, why are you here? Like, seriously, like what's your purpose of being here?
Don't ask her that; she's gonna cry.
Yeah.
Terrace House, a lot of people, they go on to find relationships, or they want to discover more about themselves, or they want to make friends, and I don't know what she wants.
Yeah.
Out of the 3 of them at all.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll kind of talk about it later in a later episode, but right now,
I see.
Yeah, right now it's just it doesn't really, what she talks about later doesn't really give substance to her existence there. It's just like, are you just here to be meta and talk shit about people and being on Terrace House, or are you actually just here to find a goal and accomplish something? But
I feel
whatever.
like a character. Oh no, I don't want to use.
Just say character. Fuck it. Just say character.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it is reality TV,
yeah.
It's not like, I feel like someone like Amy with her very like much more negative comebacks could have been a really funny character on Terrace House.
Yeah.
But I don't think she is.
No.
I think like it's just straight up that she's kind of, negative.
Going off of that, Yudai is the next person that we're introduced to. So, Arai Yudai, he's the guy that is an aspiring chef, and by at least his current reactions, you could tell Yudai is already annoying everyone. Like, I don't know if there are people that side with his behavior and his actions, but yeah, he's just a child. Overall, he's just a little kid that just needs to learn more about the world. The moment they went to the outlets, and he's like, I want to buy some Gucci sunglasses. Like, wait, what? Don't you only have like $20? Like, what the hell, dude? Yeah, he's like, that's okay. I got my dad's card. It's like, what? You're gonna use your dad's money to buy Gucci sunglasses? What kind of irresponsible child are you? Oh, you're an irresponsible child to the max.
Yeah, and then at the end of part 8, he wants to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of this idea that his parents spoil him and he's always gotten what he wants. And now he's not getting what he wants on Terrace House, but talking to his mom, essentially, he can always come back home.
Mm.
So, is he actually going to learn a lesson? That being said, I have something to say. So, Terrace House is one of those meta shows where people 2 weeks later can actually watch the show and see what they did. So, I'm surprised that there are moments, or I wonder if Yudai even watches the damn show, but, you know, if I kind of saw myself do that and get such negative attention, I would try to change myself.
Yeah, that's the most frustrating part. And I think that's part of the reason why he's leaving is because everyone kind of like he in his view talks down to him, when in reality they're trying to like tell him that what he's doing is not right, but of course in his mind what he's doing is right. And that's you know, there's just two ways of seeing things. There's no really way of someone being wrong or right. It's just two different people see things in two different ways. And also his date with Ami just went really bad. And
okay,
yeah,
you thought Yusuke and Lauren was bad. This is the worst date ever in Terrace House.
It was so
history,
cringy.
sure.
It was really cringy.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Amy didn't want to be there. Yudai didn't get what he wanted. and then as like it almost felt like a consolation where Amy suggested that they make dinner.
Yeah. And he got upset when yeah.
And then Yudai is like, hey, you know what? Amy didn't like this, so I'm not going to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And then Amy gets mad and it's like, oh god, this date really sucked. It was really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, no, it was a whole like misunderstanding, miscommunication, just childish behavior like things.
I know.
Also, he made her drive all the way there, which was like, I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You could use that Gucci sunglass money to buy driving lessons for yourself. Like, come on. Next on the list, we have Mizuki, the Korean blogger.
So she's actually Korean, or I thought she studied in Korea?
She studied and lives in Korea.
Okay, but she is Japanese, though.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so she has a very interesting trajectory in the first part of this series.
But, so far she seems very, like, outspoken and outright and, like, very offensive, not offensive, like, defensive against Yudai.
The hilarious thing is she's a very outspoken person, and she's, she's in journalism, so you kind of have to have that personality, but she's barely shown on the show.
Yeah, and yeah.
So I don't know what that means. So, I don't know if she was actually boring, or if she said a lot of things that they were like, nope, we can't show this.
I mean, she did mention that she watched the show a lot, and it was she wanted to be on the show because it was set in her town, the place she was working at. The first season, she saw all the members all the time, so it's kind of meta in that sense. But yeah, maybe to your point, she didn't have anything like constructive to say to help build the show, and so the producers were like, you know what, we're just not going to show you that much.
It's like every day she got drunk and just yelled at everyone.
She's like the crazy aunt that's just there, like is like drunk all the time, yelling at you, like, stop it! What you're doing is wrong! Stop! You know.
Speaking of which, she went in. She fucking went in on Yudai.
Yeah, and I was she turned him out. Like, damn, dude.
Dude, I honestly felt awkward for everyone. I felt awkward myself when I was watching that episode.
Yeah, it was really cringy and bad.
Yeah. Although a lot of scenes that involve him are very cringy.
Yeah, it's just he's just there, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's like he's making everyone's blood boil almost.
Yeah, and it's funny because people just talk like shit about him behind his back, even like on camera. Like when like at the restaurant when Taku and Shion are there. Yeah, and then when they were like taking out the boxes too in the garage, like they were just talking shit about him. Like, he doesn't cook, he just stays in all day.
I know.
He just sleeps all day. I was like, oh, that's funny. So yeah. And then we have Taka. Unless you want to talk about something with Mizuki again. Sorry.
Okay, so it does go as far as addressing her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, that scene, the whole thing.
That was I felt really uncomfortable after that.
Yeah, that's why she's like low on the list for me for people this season.
Also, what surprises me is the ex-boyfriend is dating his current girlfriend.
Yep.
For 1 to 2 weeks, and this was on TV.
Yep.
I'm genuinely shocked that they, brought it there.
I wonder if the show's popular in Korea, because I know Korea has a similar version, like a Terrace House kind of version, but
yeah,
it's not as like quality driven as Terrace House in Japan is. But anyways, yeah, no, it's just like, it was really awkward and weird, and it's like, why are you going to your ex-girlfriend and just gonna sleep with her, and you already have a girlfriend? Like, what the dude?
And then the conversations like, oh, this hotel actually gave me a lot of beds. I was like, oh god,
this is getting
Lordy.
weird and creepy, and you're a weirdo.
I'm just kind of surprised that like both these people, the ex-boyfriend and Mizuki let it on, like on TV.
Yeah.
Like they didn't pull a Rico pin or a Hayato where they like did it in secret. They actually just like they were like showing it.
Yeah, like full on, like let's do it. Like,
yeah.
Like, all right, we'll slow down. But no.
So yeah, after that incident, I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about her anymore.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, next we have Taka, the snowboarder.
Taka is like one of the shit talkers who's trying so hard to help Yudai. Like, it's kind of like he's annoyed, but deep down inside, he sees this deep down inside, he knows, he believes in Yudai, but then Yudai constantly, like, does the opposite of what Taka wants.
Like, he sees the good, but he knows it's clouded with bad.
Yeah, but I mean, that being said, I'm glad that there is there's a person who has not given up on him.
You could say character, it's fine. Yeah. So Taka's okay for me too so far. He seems like a really great guy. He's always looking out for everyone. He's kind of like the older brother / dad of the house, and I think I like that about him.
What I like about Taka
seems okay, and
we'll go on to this when we talk about Tsubasa. But thank God we don't have a model or an aspiring actor on this damn cast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's finally nice to see people whose careers are like not aspiring models.
I mean, I think it's inevitable though. It's Terrace House, and everyone's good looking, so you're gonna have a model eventually, right?
It's true.
I mean, Chion's a model.
Yeah,
but yeah. Not everyone's a model, is what you're saying.
Not everyone's a model.
Yeah.
There's variety.
Yeah.
Finally. So
on that note, next is Captain Tsubasa, the hockey player, which is actually my favorite of the women in the season so far.
Oh, Taka and Tsubasa by far are my favorite people so far in the original cast. Yeah.
Tsubasa's great. She's like really. She seems a little shy and kind of reserved, but she's really outspoken when she needs to be, and she hasn't shown as much, but so far she's been shown like going on dates, and she's like the most active of the members, which is nice.
Definitely. I also think that her focus is very it's very personal driven. That's why I like it. She wants her team to do well. We see these characters who want to grow. And it's not just about getting into a relationship.
Yeah, like for Tsubasa, I feel like it's to the side. Like you said, it's her main focus is I want to live in a house and meet cool people, maybe fall in love, but I also want to continue doing my goals of being a hockey player.
Yeah, and it's like I want hockey to be more well known in Japan. Like it's very admirable. So
yeah, and I hope because of Terrace House, hockey becomes a little bit more popular. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I'm just saying she's chill. Like I like her a lot.
Yeah, she seems very like wholesome and genuine.
Yeah.
Next we have Shion Okamoto, the model.
Okay. So I'm okay with him. He's not a favorite of mine, but it's like he hasn't necessarily done anything bad. But the internet seems to be very split on him.
Yeah.
I see. Like everyone is like, you're either fine with him or you're not fine with him, but it's like he hasn't done anything bad on the show. It's just that there is a lot of people who think that his character is not genuine.
Yeah. And I can kind of see that. I hope he doesn't mess up his relationship with Tsubasa, because those two are kind of getting together, getting to know each other more. And the internet's like, please, Shion, don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up, because this is the first, like, it's only the first season. And so far, the first part of the season, and usually people are still trying to feel each other out. But like Shion and Tsubasa just went at it immediately almost. And so it's kind of nice that there's this refreshing couple actually trying to get together, as opposed to the Ami and Yudai thing where it's like really awkward and cringy. Even Yamasato, the announcer, was like really saying like, yes, like I'm so happy that they're together, because it's a nice contrast.
What makes this friendship and potential couple endearing is they're like two people you really did not expect to get together, for sure.
Yeah.
At all.
And plus he's younger than her too by 2 years, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, and I thought it was endearing when he said they were going to go to the temple together for their next date, or he wanted to pray for her next match. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, but I don't have a gut bad feeling about Shion like everyone else does. So am I on the road to disappointment? Like I know what I mean?
I don't want to answer that question for you, but I do. I as of right now, I do have a good feeling about him. He's a really genuine guy in my book.
I don't suspect anything bad about him.
Good.
So that's the commentators. I feel like they're much more. See, they're much more harsh this season, but I don't necessarily. But when I think about it, I don't think they're harsh. I think just the content they're getting is seriously like dramatic.
It's good. No, it's honestly right. Aloha State was there, but I like this a lot more than Aloha State. Like the action picked up quickly, for opening new doors compared to Aloha State.
Yeah,
Aloha State's a slow burn, like slower than the Tokyo season, but the Karurizawa season, like damn, so far everything's picking up really fast, and I love it. And like you said, the commentators are on fire. Even that new guy is talking, because that guy before him didn't talk too much. I'm like, yo, Kentaro, say something, please. Like contribute. You're there, say something. But he never said anything, or they just cut it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, no, our boy Yamasato always holding it down, giving the real facts,
Dude, Takui is like way funnier now.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
This season.
He has little anecdotes and stories that he shares, and I love it.
I know.
So the commentators are probably better than previous seasons, in my opinion.
Part 1 of Boys and Girls was very wholesome. Part 1 of Aloha State was like, it was like pretty okay. The only dramatic thing was just that date, but it was by no means dramatic.
Yeah.
But this is like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
A few plot lines that I wanted to cover before we finish this.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like sometime in the middle of part 1, all of a sudden Taka goes, oh, I want to try to get at Ami. And I was like, what? Like, it was kind of like, it had no context at all.
Yeah.
Like,
what the hell, dude?
Like, and then all of a sudden, after Amy writes Yudai out of her life, Taka, like, invites her to go snowboarding. I was like, oh, wow. This is happening.
Yeah.
This is weird.
It really is.
So, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I feel like Taka needs a neutral person. Neutral might not be the right wording, but I think he needs someone that is kind of talkative.
All I'm gonna say is you'll see.
If that makes sense.
All I'm gonna say is you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Okay, for sure. He's a guy who I think needs not he needs, but like he would look good with a girl who's not quiet.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll have more to say when part 2 comes out in the US, because I can't say anything now, because I have a lot to say about part 2, and we pretty much covered everything for part 1, since part 1's more of a...
It's introductory.
Yeah, it's a character development stage. As sad as that sounds.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's all I have to say about Terrace House opening new doors so far.
Yeah. Good God, the music's terrible this season.
Oh yeah. I hate the opening new song. The new opening song. I thought the Taylor Swift version, the Japanese version, was bad, but no, I'd rather listen to Taylor Swift than this whatever Fallout Boy clone.
This new theme song is. I don't feel inspired. I don't feel encouraged listening to this song.
Yeah,
I don't feel like opening new doors when this song comes out.
So I'm just gonna skip the intro every time.
Because the scenery that in the forest and in the snow would have slow down would have been perfect. Like it had that vibe.
Yeah, I agree.
And they took it all away. So
well, shame on them.
I know.
Just give us back Slow Down. Please, just give us back Slow Down.
I'm not a fan of the music at all this season. I don't know. Is it the forest? You know what it actually is, I think? Because I'm a person of mood. I don't feel like the music matches the environment or the mood of the season.
Yeah, it's too upbeat and poppy.
It's too upbeat and poppy for the location we're at. And there's nothing wrong with upbeat and poppy, but I just feel like it shouldn't be the overwhelming theme.
Agreed. Agreed. We'll talk about part 2 whenever it comes out and give you our thoughts again.
All right. This has been the 44th episode of Downtime Podcast. We'll talk to you all soon.
Peace.